Hey guys, this is going to be the third recording that I've done talking about some different aspects of my life, dealing with the problems that I'm having now, the depression, loss, feeling like I'm stuck or was stuck, uh, doing much better today. But I want to talk about some more about my history and really why I'm doing these videos and why I'm putting them out there on this channel, which is mine. I live here in NutBush. I've been here all of my life, minus the time that I left with my ex-wife before we got married. I believe I talked about in another video, and to the time that I ended up back here. But I think I talked about some of the things that we went through after we got here in Tennessee. If I didn't say, I should say that we did move to Brighton, Tennessee. We initially moved to Covington, rented a house there for a little while until I found the house that we were moving in. I was sold on the house immediately from the time that we got there, and my ex-wife used to kind of jokingly laugh about it. But she was right. I had a history of jumping into things very quickly, but I was also the kind of person that if I bought in, I was all in. And that's some of the other stuff that I'll probably talk about when I talk about my martial arts and my martial arts journey that I've had, and that I plan on trying to reestablish again as we go on. And hopefully y'all will see me here at my home, which I have called NutBush Nation, which will also be the YouTube channel that these videos will be on, as I talk and explore about my past life, many hats that I've worn in this life, my actual marriage, to indirectly where it went wrong. I'm not going to talk specific about things, but I am not going to, like I said before, paint my ex-wife out to be the villain and for me to be a victim, because we both played our share in our divorce. I just feel like that on one side of it, it was almost to top the other, and insult and injury and heartache, and I was the latter of the end of it, because I thought that I had straightened myself out. I was a loyal husband. Very hard to do when you work in EMS. Some women you work with, you see them more than you do your own spouses. You know their family better than your own, because you live in these 24-hour environments. And in the private sector where I was, in many homes, out there were just homes that belonged to the ambulance service, and I lived inside that house for 24 hours with whoever they chose to be my partner, and we just cohabitated, in two separate bedrooms. I'm not going to say that there weren't lines crossed in EMS with other people or whatever. I don't know. I'm fairly sure there is, because it's, like I said, they spend more time with their partner there at work than they do with their own spouse. And there's a different, I guess, connection, because there is no responsibility, real responsibility, as far as welfare, money, bills, or anything like that. So they don't have the tidbits that the restraints, or the strain that most married people do have. And that's something that I believe that single people that have never been married can't fully understand or appreciate. The sacrifices that it takes for two people to actually be married and to be successfully married for over 25 years, which me and my ex-wife did make to our 25th anniversary right before divorce, or rather right after divorce. I'm going to say this on the record, and I mean it, it's truth. I didn't want my divorce. I was happy with what I was doing. I was a married man, father of 3, that had several struggles in my life growing up, being in poverty here in NutBush. Single mom. My mother divorced my father when I was 4 years old. My brother was 4 months old. The stepfather that we had that wasn't very kind to me at all. And today I still live with some regrets of not telling people what exactly happened and why. But I'm not going to go into that. I've already grown beyond that situation, so I really don't even have the need to talk about it anymore. But what I do want to talk about is the ending of my marriage and how I landed up here. And the reason being is because I decided the house that I bought, which I'll talk more about, why I got so invested into the home and fixing the home, because the home was a true wreck. It was in need of bad repair. I mean, shingles were missing, water was coming through the roof, water run through the walls would swell, the sheetrock was busting because it was rotting, black mold behind the sheetrock. And I'm still going through the remodel of the house, and I'll probably show some pictures or something on the website or on the YouTube page. But I'm not going to walk through the house right now with my camera showing my home and my private areas and such. Some of it is, to me, sacred. But I will talk about my investment into the house and what I'm doing with it and what I plan on doing in the future, and what I plan this video or podcast or whatever it is I decide to do, how I plan on it to grow and hopefully become more, not really a cult following because it's cool, but maybe that through my journey talking through this, that I'll actually get some perspective about what happened to me and to kind of correct that. And the reason being is because I am now involved with another woman. Her name is Gina Rosati. I've known her since I was probably about 16 years old. I knew her before my ex-wife. I actually dated her before my ex-wife, but we were young teenagers at the time. And when I went through my divorce with my ex-wife, I actually looked up Gina on Facebook and reached out to her, and we started hanging out and running around together. And she's been kind of a rock to me. I'm gonna say if it wasn't for her, things would have been a whole lot harder on me. We've been dating ever since my ex-wife left me, and we've had a kind of rocky road too. We broke up several times throughout this, 8 of them to be exact, and it's majority of it my fault because I found fault, and because I was jaded, very suspicious, very heartbroken because of my divorce, and it made things very difficult for me and Gina. And I am proud and thankful for her for standing by me the way that she did. A lesser woman would have walked out on me several times and been gone, because she's dealt with me through my depression and despair. I even saw a psychiatrist taking medication from him, trying to get over my divorce, the despair of it, the agony, depression. I had no idea, and I've been a paramedic for 25 years and treated people that deal with depression and anxiety, and I always had the disposition that they could actually control it if they wanted to, if they really wanted to, because it's psychological and it's your mind. How can you not? I just couldn't fathom it. I just didn't understand it. But I'm gonna tell you now, every person I ever saw in that position, and I judged them like that, I'm ashamed. Because depression, anxiety, it is crippling. You are confined as a corpse in a coffin. You are stuck. And I assure you that people that get in that situation, they don't want to be there. I still reel partially over my situation. And I don't understand why I still do, because I'm moving on, I am growing, my house is changing, I'm remodeling it to change and reflect with me. My girlfriend that stands by me, even when I almost made her pay for my ex-wife's sins and held her accountable. For that, I truly am sorry. I should have never done that to her. Sneaking into her phone, looking at text messages, questioning people on Facebook with her, the people that she probably hasn't even spoke to, just there. You know, they're just there. They liked something or said something positive, and I questioned it because I'm scared, you know. I just don't want to feel that loss again. It was devastating, to say it in best terms that people can understand. It tore my whole world apart. It took everything from me. It took away who I believed I was and what I was supposed to be and what I was supposed to do in life. I bought on, and I was on a mission, and it's to me it was taken. It was my legacy, my children growing up, grandchildren coming around, being that nuclear family, because I didn't have it, and it was something that was important to me to give to my children. And to me now, I failed them. Doesn't mean that I love them any less, or that I wouldn't do any less for them, but all I can do is be the best me for them and grow from this and move on and move on. And like I said, I have a great girlfriend. She's watching out for me, I guess, still, and I can see sometimes she rolls her eyes because I'll act a certain way, or I'll get into my feelings, and she can tell, and she'll ask me, and sometimes I just don't share. I just don't want to, because not that I'm ashamed, but she deserves a better life if I'm going to give it to her than hearing about my past. She deserves a future. She deserves for me to be in the present. And I'm getting there. I really am. It's hard because you have to let go. And it's especially hard when you have a connection that's biological. 3 of them to be exact. And the loss that they have. The Christmases, birthdays, the holidays. Choosing who they're going to be with on that holiday, and who they're going to catch up and play pretend holiday to live it all over again with the second parent. I just hate that for them. I do. I lived that for all of my life. You got to be here at 6:30, be there at 8. Not going to get home till late, you know. I really don't want that for my children. I want them to be at home with their children. And I want their children to be in bed early for Santa. And I want them to get up early with and be awake and be alive and vibrant for their family. And I'll fade to the back, and I'll be the good grandfather, and I'll be thankful for what I have. Because I forgot how to do that once before, and I think it cost me. But anyway, I didn't mean for this to be a long video tonight. I really thought I'd just kind of breeze through this stuff, and I'd be out the way and in my house and in my bedroom with Gina, and just trying to say something positive to her instead of showing negative through my eyes. But yeah, so we lived in a house. We lived in there. My daughter, that's all she probably ever really knew, was living in that house, same house. Built a Tinkerbell tree for her in her room because Daddy's girl wanted it. I feel that I was a very good father. I made bottles, I changed diapers, took them to school, made lunches, showed up and picked them up when they were sick, took them to doctor's appointments, fed them, kept clothes on their back. They never knew what it was to be cold or hungry, I promise you that. There was a lot of things that I experienced as a young man. I know for a one fact my children did not experience. And that is my greatest accomplishment ever. Anyway, so I'm going to cut it off here, and I will talk tomorrow, and I'll actually talk about what I planned on today and finish that out, and we'll move forward. So I look forward to y'all guys again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.